back, and today we are going to be planting our cutting that I took a little while ago, probably about a week or two ago. And so this is our cutting. So with the cactus, it can be, you can let it sit out for about a week or two to really for sure make sure that's callous. And why you want to make sure it's callous is so that it doesn't get any diseases or fungus in there and it would die. So it's rather to leave it a little bit longer than plant it too soon. So first off, you need to get a pot. Now I'm not talking a tiny little pot for this huge cutting right here. Because with this you want to give it an adequate room for it to grow. So I chose, it's a little bit too big for this, but honestly I'd rather have too much room than not enough room. And so what we're going to do is just going to use our Schultz mix right here. There's other different brands out there for, cactus mix, but personally, if you can get Schultz, it's the best. It has the best drainage. It won't be overly moist, and especially with a cactus, you guys know that if you water it a little too often, it will rot and die. So we're going to just pour this right in here. And since with it, we're taking a cutting, you can fill it all the way up. And this does use a lot, but that's all right. All right, back a little bit more. And this does get a little bit messy, but just be all right with that. Just know it happens. All right, so what I do is I like to pack it down just a little bit to get out some of the air bubbles or something, so you can just tap it on the table. And then why you want to get out the air bubbles is because if you have too much room, the water will actually clog up there and it'll hold it. So, and then also make sure you have enough room at the top for watering. I give it about 1/4 of an inch normally. Some places it's a little bit more, but that's all right. And then for planting, always want to plant in the center. And you want to plant in the center because if you plant on the edge, the roots will only grow to the edge and your plant's going to be a little leaning this way. If you plant in the center, the roots can spread. So you just want to go ahead, dig a little hole. Now with this, I normally like to go about 3 inches. And then up here, they'll create roots going out. And this gives it enough stabilization so it won't fall over its hip, in case you bump it or transporting it back to your house. So you can go right in there. And with the cacti, you want to be a little careful because we know they're a little prickly. All right. And the number one thing you want to make sure with this is that it's not going to fall over. Especially with cuttings, I find that, if you don't crack them deep enough or right around the base right here, they'll actually tip over, in transporting or even watering, like it'll start to lean one way. And then with the roots are growing, they're strong enough to hold the stabilization. So if you have all these little baby roots trying to grow, what will eventually happen, and if you knock it over, the roots will snap. Because it's not big enough and strong enough yet. They're just little babies. It's got to be gentle. So we're going to do a little bit more soil on this side. And then since the soil is actually pretty moist, I'm not going to water it. I'm just going to let it go. And for a cactus, normally I don't water in the winter months. And then in the summertime, I just water it when it's really dry. Probably when I stick my finger down. And then if I can just kind of get that grittiness feeling, then I'll water it. All right, that's our cutting.